Hi, this is Trevor Klee. This is lesson one in how to create a six-figure tutoring business. And in this lesson, I'll talk about my story, what you can expect from this course, and what you'll need. And as I mentioned, my name's Trevor Klee, and my business is Just Add Tutor. So, a little bit about me. So, I graduated from college from Princeton. And I tutored, part time in college. It was a good big gig. I worked maybe 4 or 5 hours a week. I charged about $50 an hour, and I did like SAT, ACT, whatever. And then I graduated, and unlike most people, I graduated with a job. Unfortunately, literally right after I graduated, my job fell through. So then I was on my parents' couch, and well, to be totally correct, I was on my old, like in my old bed in my parents' house. So it wasn't quite a couch, but it still wasn't great and certainly wasn't where I wanted to be. So I applied to jobs furiously, including jobs in America and in Asia, and I ended up getting a tutoring job in Singapore, in part based on the fact that I did have tutoring experience part time in college. And so then I traveled to Singapore and I joined the company. And the company was great. Or, sorry, Singapore was great. Company was not so great. So, a little bit about Singapore: best food in the world, great weather if you like hot, humid weather, very friendly people, super convenient. A little bit about the company: they worked me too hard. They charged, the people who I worked with, like the people I worked with would get charged like $150 an hour for an individual lesson, or like I'd be teaching a class and it would be the whole class altogether would probably be paying like $1,000 per hour or something like that. So all this money was flowing in, and meanwhile I was getting like none of it, which was ridiculous because the company didn't really give me much. All the tutoring skills were stuff I either already knew or picked up on the way. The materials were terrible, so I had to create my own materials. Really, the only thing that they did was provide clients. So I knew if I could provide clients and if I could keep them around, well, then I wouldn't need this company and I wouldn't have to work so hard, and I could, be my own boss and keep the money that, people were paying. Um, so I left. I left Singapore reluctantly. I left the company gladly, quit job, and ended up back in Boston on my brother's couch, which I guess not really a big improvement over my parents' couch, but it was I don't know, well, it wasn't great. So there I was in Boston. I knew how to teach, although I actually still had a fair bit to learn. No idea how to acquire clients. I had pretty good savings, but they were rapidly running out. So then I had to think, how am I going to do this? How am I going to create this business? How am I going to, create a company, which is really what I wanted to do? Well, in terms of the how, that's something that I'll cover over, this course, but I want to fast forward to today. So today, 2018, it's August right now. Uh, I'm on track to take home over 100,000 in profit this year, and that's profit, not revenue. As I'll discuss, costs is not really a big consideration when you're tutoring. I work part time. I usually work around 20 hours a week. I arrange my own schedule, although I do have to work odd hours, so I'm generally free during the 9 to 5, and then evenings and weekends actually get quite busy, which is a downside. My clients really like me. I on the right here I have my Yelp review page. I have 5 stars, and it's overall a good gig. It's a good life. Uh, I like teaching. I like being on my own. I like being my own boss. I like making money, and it works for me. So, let's talk about how this relates to you, because you probably don't want to hear me just talk about myself the whole time. Well, so in this course, you're going to learn the seven most important things about starting your own tutoring business. Doing the same thing that I'm doing. You're going to learn how to find a profitable niche to tutor in, because you can't just tutor in anything and expect to make good money. You'll learn how to craft an effective website that makes people want to hire you. So, website's really the first thing that anyone's going to look at. And a good website and a bad website can be the difference between, well, someone contacting you and saying, hey, I'm interested in tutoring, or someone just quitting and being like, ooh, not going to talk to that guy. You'll learn how to handle the practicalities of tutoring, finding good location, paying your taxes, setting up web hosting and email. Boring stuff, but stuff you have to do. You'll learn how to design your web presence and your search engine optimization to bring in clients for free, which was something that took me a long time to figure out. And I'm very glad that I did, or else I wouldn't really have so many people coming in. You'll learn a process to get the first few interested people immediately. Gives a jump start to your business, and also is going to be really important for the testimonials and the reviews that you'll use as social proof to attract more people. You'll develop a sales process. This sales process is really important. Tutoring is inbound sales. People come across you, they want to, they're interested, and they send you an email and they say, hey, I'm interested in tutoring. So then you have to go forward from there. You have to, convince them I'm someone who is, dedicated and knowledgeable, and I can help you achieve your goals. And that's not an easy thing to do, and it took me a long time to figure out. I've estimated that I've probably lost like, I don't know, $20,000-$30,000 worth of potential clients while I was figuring this out. So safe to say that like probably this lesson, number 6, costs, it has a price tag of like 30,000. So whatever price you're getting it at is probably pretty reasonable. And last, I'll talk about how you can create advertising to draw people into the sales process. Because web presence and SEO is great, but sometimes that doesn't work due to circumstances beyond your control. And it especially is a little hard to work in the beginning. The advertising is really what's going to, be a consistent engine of clients. So last up, what will you need for this? Well, you're going to need an academic bent. You gotta enjoy doing math problems and word problems and everything else that comes along with it, because you'll be doing a lot of it. I do that again, like 20 hours a week I'm spending, which is a lot of time spent on algebra and geometry and whatever. And if you don't like it, then you're going to be miserable, and this is definitely not the right career for you. You're going to need a laptop with internet connection, which I presume you have, but just in case. And you're going to have to enjoy teaching, because I love teaching, and it's one of the reasons why I'm good at this job, why people like working with me, and why I keep on getting more clients, because I like teaching. So if you're going to also be, part of this field, you're going to have to love teaching as well. And, I think that is important. This is not something that you can just, you can't force yourself to do this if you don't want to teach. It's just not going to work. But yeah, if you have these 3, I'll teach you the rest. So I'm looking forward to, teaching you guys how to create your own 6-figure tutoring business.